Hey everybody, I'm Katrina, and in this video I want to give my top 5 wrestling gimmicks from WWE that I appreciate that blends somewhat scary, somewhat horror since it is Halloween. Number 5, I'm going to go with Gangrel. Now, not that Gangrel is scary, because again, I don't really get scared easily. But Gangrel had he had the cup with the blood in it, had the vampire teeth, drinking blood, he had the brood. The theme song was one of my favorite theme songs of all time. I think the theme song still holds up to today. But what I liked about it, like even though Gangrel gave me depressed vibes and emo vibes, like, after he worked at the wrestling ring, he went home, listened to a bunch of sad songs, ate a bunch of snacks, and was very depressed. Maybe he wrote in a journal. That's the vibe I get from Gangrel, honestly. And I didn't think he was necessarily as good as his brood members. You had the Hardys, you had Christian Edge, and they were a phenomenon. Look how great their careers became after that. So why he wasn't like top star quality as the rest of the people, I still appreciated what he brought in regards to something that's supposed to be a little creepy, something that's supposed to be off-putting, and he did such a good job at it. So with regards to being creepy, not that he was, again, I don't think he was like the best wrestler in the world. I think that's a bit a stretch, but he definitely brought something different to WWE, and I did appreciate that for the time period. Number 4 is Mankind. Again, I don't find Mankind necessarily scary, but you have a guy who's a bit psychotic. He's living in a freaking boiler room talking to the rest of his friends. He's a bit deranged. He kind of would do anything, anytime, any place. And that's something you're like, okay, bro. All right, this is a little weird. It's a little off-putting. How many times we have horror movies where you got a person, there's really no reason, a rhyme or reason of why this person is doing it. Maybe they had a bad childhood. Maybe there was abuse. I don't know. But that's the kind of vibe I got from Mankind. Like, he was willing to do anything, put his body through anything, have any kind of match to show how demented he could be, how crazy he can be. And so for that, and Mick Foley has done a wide range of things over wrestling with his other gimmicks that he has. So I just felt it was only right to add him in the top 5 for things that's a little bit like, okay, Mankind, all right, I see you. Number 3, Bray Wyatt. I'm not really a big fan of The Fiend, and I think most people who've seen me in other things I've done, I've said I don't like The Fiend that much because I thought it was a bit like the hype for it, and I felt like it was a bit of a letdown. Like, even the entrance, it was like the only cool thing I liked was the whole lantern thing he has with his head with the light in the mouth, and I think that's pretty like creepy, and I'm like, okay, you got it. His mask, it's alright. Not like, I've seen scarier masks, it wasn't a big deal. And I don't think his wrestling is superb. But what I do like about Bray Wyatt is, one, he is amazing on the mic. I was able to appreciate it more when I watched, I think, on WWE Network, when I was showing some of the NXT stars, and they were showing them getting themselves ready to like be in NXT and their training and just on the mic, and he was just saying it like nothing and just ad-libbing, and I'm just like, some of this sounds like absolute nonsense, but I'm entertained and I'm feeling it. I'm like, okay, Bray, you might be right. Not having any idea what he was talking about. Literally thought that was cool. So when he came with the White family and he was like, follow the buzzards, and then he'll come in before he come out, and he goes, let's say New York, we're here, and he blows it out, and I'm like, all right. And then he played a little creepy little song that you find in maybe some Hicktown horror movie right before the person gets killed and chopped up with a machete or something. That's the vibe I got from the Wyatt family. And why, again, not that it scared me or anything, I did appreciate what it brought to wrestling. Very appreciative of that. Next up, number 2 is The Undertaker. The some might have him as number 1, but I'm going to tell you why he's my number 2. I actually preferred The Undertaker as American Badass on the motorcycle with the bandana, sunglasses, vest, kicking ass, going back on the motorcycle and dipping. I love that he used Limp Bizkit's Rollin', and he's changed it up a little bit for The Undertaker. I love that song, so it was just pretty dope to have him use it for that. And he's on motorcycles, and motorcycles are pretty cool. However, I cannot not appreciate the fact that this man has been wrestling for a long time. And I got to meet him, and I want to say like 11 to 12 years old, and he was really nice. And you got the whole rest in peace thing he does. You got the eyes rolling backwards, the white eyelids. You come and you never down. Like, people think you're gone. Oh no, Undertaker is back. You got the whole like everything like that's dead. You have Paul Bearer next to you with the urn, and most urns have like ashes of dead people. Like, what else can you get out of that? It's like all the little creepy things. You even had at some point when he was like doing the ministry things, and it was like, okay, this is a little bit creepy, but his whole gimmick is the dead man, and I feel like how could that not be on anybody's list of like one of the best horror gimmicks? It has to be The Undertaker because of the amount of effort and amount of time over the years that is, I feel like, even somebody who isn't like a hardcore wrestling fan knew who The Undertaker is because of that time he put into the character over all these years. So he's my number 2. Number 1 for me, people might disagree, but for me, I'm going to explain why. My number 1 is Kane. I have a thing for people being very imposing and very dominating without having to say much. I feel like sometimes less is more. You don't have to talk about shit on the microphone. You don't got to be very egotistical. Sometimes you just need to kick some ass and dip. And that's what Kane was when he first got there. The story, Undertaker had a brother. His brother got burned in the fire. He's gone. Oh wait, Kane's not necessarily gone. And when he made his appearance as the Big Red Machine, JR hyped it up so much that I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to meet Kane. I can't wait to meet Kane. And it was like he was great. He was just fucking up shit and doing things. And I thought that was good. And then he didn't say much. Like he didn't talk. Like you have the mask, the red and black mask, and you just did a bunch of choke slams, kicks and mask, and you left. You didn't need to say anything. You had the flames with your entrances. It was all dope. My only issue is I felt like they dropped the ball with Kane because Kane was part of the Undertaker's brand. The Undertaker was pretty dominating, and the Undertaker had a great career. You know, Kane should have had some more championship runs personally. I felt like once he started talking, it changed for me how I felt for him. And then once they unmasked him, I was over him, like truly over him. Because I'm just like, oh, you took away what kind of made him dope. There were things you could have done to just keep it like great. That gimmick could have worked so well for such a long time with the fact that he didn't have to say too much, in my opinion at least. So that is my top 5 WWE wrestling horror scary gimmicks that I'm appreciative of over the years. You guys tell me some of your favorites. I know I forgot some, like the Boogeyman. I should have probably mentioned. He's not like top 5 though, but he was creepy looking, not scary, just like he was kind of gross, creepy looking. So maybe him. But you guys in the comments, tell me who your favorite horror gimmicks are for wrestling. It could be from any promotion. I look forward to reading them. Tell me if you agree with me. I'm like, Katrina, girl, what you talking about? It's fine. It's all cool. I love you guys anyway. Thank you so much as always for watching my videos with me. I want to wish you guys a very happy Halloween. Please be safe. It is still COVID, Corona, pandemic. Please be safe. Still, of course, have fun. Eat a whole bunch of candy. Eat some cakes. Make some cupcakes. Watch horror movies with your buddies, maybe virtually. If you have a family at home, be safe, though. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye.